Hey everyone, I'm your average guide Sahil Gogna. Welcome back to another video. From past couple of weeks, I was getting a lot of queries from experienced professionals on choosing a college versus choosing a university. So I thought why not make a separate video and address this question. In this video, we are going to discuss 3 points that will help you to decide whether you should choose a college or a university. And at the end, I will be discussing why I chose a college and not a university and how everything turned into my favor. So without any delay, let's get started. Now, there's not an absolute answer for this question, and I will try my best to make you think how you should decide whether you should choose a college or a university. Here are the 3 points that will help you to decide whether you should choose a college or a university. The first one is define your purpose of coming to Canada. You should ask yourself, why do I want to study in Canada? Is it due to immigration? Is it because I want to shift with my family? Or maybe is it due to your professional reasons? Whatever the reason is, make sure you are clear about it and honest with yourself. So, I want you to pause the video and take a moment to reflect upon why you really want to come to Canada. I hope you have figured out your purpose of coming to Canada till this point, and now let's move to second point, which is aligning your study with your purpose. If your sole reason for studying in Canada is immigration and you want to take something super easy and less stressful, then you should definitely consider choosing a college. On the other hand, if you are immigrating to Canada for professional purposes, then you should consider choosing a university. I would like to add one more point to this. If you are planning to completely switch your background, then going for a college course is a good option. There are two main reasons for this. The first one is it's easier to get into a college when you have completely different background, and number two, here in Canada it's a very common thing that people from different backgrounds they switch their profiles. For example, one of my friends, she was art professor in Concordia University and she took a mobile development course in LaSalle College. After completing 1 year of course, she got a job as an iOS developer. So if you are planning to do something similar and you are determined to do it, then definitely go for a college course. And in case you want to continue your previous experiences, be it your academic experience or the professional experience, then you should definitely choose a university program. I hope till this point things are somewhat clear whether you want to go for a college or university. And don't worry, even if the things are still not clear, after discussing this third point, I am pretty much sure that you will be able to decide which one to choose from both. The third point is to look into your professional goals. I get a lot of messages on Instagram from 4 to 5 years of experienced people that whether they should go for a specialization course in a college or for a master's program at a university. I always suggest them to go for a master's program at a university and not into a specialization course at a college, even though I am a college graduate. So the main reason for this is that a university provides you an environment where you can challenge yourself, where you can grow. You are always surrounded by the people who get admitted into a university through tough processes, and they all are dedicated to excel in the field. So in that scenario, the chances of growth are much more higher as compared to a college. I'm not criticizing the college because I know in college there are people from different experience level, and their expectations are completely different from what a university student expects from the program. So in case you are at a college, you will be surrounded by people who might be there for the immigration purposes, or maybe they are switching their profiles completely, as I have explained earlier, right? So in that case, I don't think so you will get an environment where you can discuss the new ideas, or maybe you can develop new things. And if you go to a master's program, then definitely you will get a better environment as compared to a college. So another main reason is the cost. If you get a chance to study at a university with the same cost as you can study for a college, I think you should definitely go for a master's program. And also, like, there's one more point that I would like to add is that when you come here in Canada, so you need to balance your personal life as well as you need to work part-time to get your monthly expenses, right? And in that case, it's very easy for a person to get distracted if he or she is not surrounded by the people who motivate them to excel in their field. That's also the major reason that I always suggest a professional who wants to work in their own field to go for a university and not for a college. Continuing my previous point, there are a lot of other advantages of going to university, because there are a lot of clubs and societies which you can join in a university to shape up your personality and to harness your leadership skills. Also, I have heard from a lot of Canadian graduates that initially in your career. It doesn't matter if you're a college graduate or a university graduate while getting a job. But when you are down the line, in 5 to 10 years down the line in your professional career, when you want to go for a higher position in management, it makes a difference whether you're a college or a university graduate. So I would like you to consider this point while making this decision. I hope you have made your mind whether you want to go for a college or a university. And even if you are still struggling to make up your mind, I would suggest you to pause the video and go through all the points again till the point you have reached a decision. So as promised earlier in the video, I will be sharing my journey on how I use these 3 points to decide that I want to go to a college and not a university, and how I worked to turn everything into my favorite at the end. So the first point, that why I wanted to come here in Canada, was because my sister was already here and I wanted to move here with my family. Now let's move to the second point, which is aligning your purpose with your study. When I was back in India, so whatever was happening in my life was a result of influence of other people on my life. When I was in my 10th grade, I got good marks in mathematics, and that was the reason that I took non-medical in my 12th standard. After getting the marks from 12th standard, I moved to a university and I took electronics and communication just because I was getting that and everyone else was taking that stream. And while I was in my second year of my degree, so my senior suggested me to go for some programming courses because there's no scope of electronics industry in India, and also it's a bit hard to get a job in electronics industry. So I got moved by their words and I just started taking some online programming courses, and eventually at the end of 4th year I got into a software company. Till this point, going with the flow, like everything that was happening wasn't my decision in my life. So I wanted to take a break. I wanted to take a moment to reflect upon myself, like what I really wanted to do in my life. So I thought, like, if I go abroad for study and move here in Canada, it will give me a good time to really think upon the things I want to do in my life. And also I was really moved by the part-time jobs culture over here, and I wanted to explore different types of part-time jobs. At this point, I don't wanted to take any course that will stress me out or maybe seem as a burden on me. So that was the reason that I chose a college and not a university, even though I had good grades in my university and I had the professional experience, and I would have easily got into a decent university here in Canada. But due to these reasons, I chose a college. So moving to a third point, which is looking into your professional goals. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do in my life, and I wasn't sure whether I want to continue with the software industry or not. So that was the reason that I chose college. But at the same time, I had one plan that was a backup plan in my mind. I had my mentors and my friends who were super good with the coding, and I thought that even if I want to switch my profile anytime I want, it will be like 3 to 4 months under their guidance that I will brush up my skills, and then I will start applying for jobs. And in the process of going to college, experimenting out different things and continuing with my personal projects, I started liking programming. I remember like it was around January 2020 when I started thinking that I really want to go into software industry, and side by side I started learning the French. So at that time I took some online courses and I was really interested in big data job profiles. So I took some online courses from Udemy. I started with basic programming with Scala, and then I moved to the courses that explored a little bit about Spark and other big data frameworks. And eventually I came across a YouTube channel called Pep Coding, and from where I started learning the data structures and algorithms. And by the end of the year, I was pretty much decent with my French skills, because I have spent around I guess 8 months learning French, and at the same time got back into programming, and at this time I was really loving what I do. So within 2 months of applying the jobs, I got a good job. For me, it didn't make any difference if I graduated from a college, because my job is equally good to the one which the university students are getting here in Canada. So the point I really want to make here is that a university might not always be a good option for you. It's upon you, your conditions, and what you really want to do that will help you to decide whether you should go for a university or for a college. If I get a chance right now to choose a college or a university for myself, I would definitely go for a university. The reason is that I'm clear that I want to go into software industry, and at least I would like to stay here for a couple of years in the software industry. So I would say that be clear with what you want in your life, and this will help you to decide whether you should go for a college or a university. So guys, this was today's video about choosing a college versus choosing a university as an experienced professional. Make sure to share your thoughts in the comment section below and let me know, what are you choosing, a university or a college? Subscribe to our channel and let's grow as a community. See you in the next video. Till then, stay safe.